morning, dear hearts. This is Bishop Edie, and I'm coming to you again with another message. And on today's message, we are going to talk a little more about Joseph on today. Amen. We are going to explore the season that he was in the pit. But before we go to Joseph, I want to touch upon, amen, what a season really is and how God changed the season. Okay. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And it reads, to everything there is a season, a time to every purpose under the heaven. Time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Amen. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading and to the hearers of his word. So, dear hearts, we can see that, amen, God takes us through seasons. We all go through seasons in our life, but that's exactly what it is. It is a season. And know that seasons are meant to change. Just like now we have our seasons of summer, amen, fall, winter, then it goes into spring, amen. So we have our different seasons, amen, and that's naturally so. And the same thing spiritually, we have our season, and our seasons change. Yes. You're not going to always be in a season of mourning. You're not going to always be in that season of weeping. You're not going to always be in that season of embracing. You're not going to always be in that season to get it. We go through different seasons, but I come to tell you that seasons change. Remember that. Because oftentimes we may think that seasons are come to last always. That is not the case. Amen. We're in a season right now. We're in a season of change, publicly so. Amen. Across this nation, there is change. It's going to be a financial shift. Amen. But it's just for that season. Amen. But in that season, know that God is with you. Amen. Seasons are not to hurt or to harm or anything of. It's to make you, it's to water you, it's to build you. Amen. We all need our seasons, and we need it just like we need the season of rain, the season of snow, we need the season of sun. We need these seasons. Why? Because it helps us grow. Amen. And that's what I want to talk to you today about Joseph. Joseph had to go through his season. Now, his season was only meant to help him. Amen. Take note that, amen, although, see, in the beginning, Joseph was, very naive to his surroundings. So he loosely shared those things concerning God, amen, that could subject to take his life. He didn't know that. So he had to go through that season to cultivate him for something even greater. This is why, amen, he went through to the pit. His life was preserved, amen, so he could go through that pit. That pit, amen, is that place of hiding. That pit is the place of molding. That pit is a place of building. Actually, it builds your character. It gives you the time to, amen, to think of different strategies. Amen. It actually helps you to remain silent. Amen. To mature you in certain ways. And this is what Joseph had to experience, especially for him to be in the position that God was trying to place him in. Now, take note, he went to the pit, but he did not stay there. He had to go through a season. The season was only meant to build him, but he was not meant to stay in the pit. Amen. He needed the pit, amen, to help build and cultivate him, but he was not meant to stay there. He got out of the pit and then he became ruler. Amen. Now, I'm coming here today to talk to the ones that have been placed in the pit and they think that that's the end point. You think that's the end point to your life. It's not over. There is a season for that. And I'm here to tell you right now, your season is up. It's time for you to come out of the pit. Amen. Into the place of palace and into the place of position. Amen. You've been in the pit too long. It's time to come out. There's a time and season for everything. And just like Joseph, he may have been attacked. He may have, amen, wanted to have those to kill him. Amen. But it had to happen in order to push him into the place of palace. I'm here to tell you that now is the time for you to get up out of that pit and begin to walk in the place of palace. God bless you.